Neil, thanks very much for your session this morning for the Cranfield Can Best Practice Club. It was very engaging, and I know all the delegates really enjoyed it. We've had some very good feedback. I was just wondering if you could give us a quick summary of the key points you talked about in value co-creation trends.
The first thing is that value creation in sales isn't a new idea. Way back in 1970, William Allen said, in the future there's going to be more productivity opportunity between organizations than within organizations. That was actually the thing that brought me first into studying selling. It suddenly seemed interesting because it's what happens between organizations. And when you think of value creation, what it's about at a high level is redesigning the boundary between organizations in a way that releases new values. So if only one side changes, if only we change and the customer doesn't, we're probably not delivering the maximum value. So the capacity to think about how both parties change is one of the things that goes with very successful high-level value co-creation. Another thing is it's an interaction increasingly between business equals. When we look at the studies that I've done, the studies that have gone into a new piece of research called the Challenger Sale from the Sales Executive Council that's very interesting right now. It says that people who are successful act very much as business equals. They challenge the customer. When you watch them sell, you can't tell who's selling and who's buying. It's about the argument of ideas, problem solving, creativity. It's a different kind of thing. Now, that sounds fine. But this morning I was also talking about some of the ways in which this is a far harder process than we understand. One is everyone's creating value. So how do you differentiate yourself? It's a fairly big issue. Another problem, and a very severe one, is the cost of value creation can be enormous. IBM Global Services spends on average $480,000 every time they chase after an opportunity, whether they win it or whether they lose it. That's a lot of money. Who should decide whether to chase an opportunity? Can we leave it to salespeople? Well, most salespeople will say, we'll win this one. And then they've blown $500,000. If you're one of the big four accountants, you'd easily spend 1.2, 1.3 million US dollars to prepare a bid on an audit. Well, why would you do it if you're not going to win it? So the idea of being selective, of being focused, is becoming increasingly important, and we talked a lot about that today.